everybody, and welcome to my channel. Today we are talking about harnessing the financial wisdom of a goddess to lead us to financial peace, mastery of money with grace and abundance. I'm wearing my power earrings instead of my power tie, red. I think it's fitting in the discussion of money, and sometimes things that are in the spiritual realm tend to not mesh well with the finances of our life. But if we are honest with ourselves, really money is oxygen in this world. We must have money. Even if you live on the outskirts of society, you still need money to cooperate in any way. And knowing that we need money, and money is not evil, money is a necessity for us to live, it's an important part of our lives to master and to find peace in. So anything from physical wellness, you want to find peace with your body and your mindset and how you feel about yourself. The same goes for money. You want to find peace, you want to find abundance, you want to find grace. And the way and why I'm framing finances in the way of a goddess is because I think goddesses have a really nice way of being vulnerable and trusting and very surrendered to the plan. And I think that's really the cornerstone of financial peace. So I'm going to just talk through about 5 tips on how a goddess handles money, and how I view money and how it's worked for me. So I think that cultivating an abundance mindset, as it relates to your financial well-being, is important. Abundance is kind of mistaken nowadays. I mean, abundance meaning like, I'm going to buy whatever I want and go on this vacation because I deserve it, because my mindset is abundant. And that is not right. That is actually greedy, and greedy is not rewarded. Abundance just means that I live in a world where my needs are taken care of. I trust the universe to provide for me everything I need. So tip number 1, changing your mindset. Not changing your mindset in that I deserve everything and I'm going to go and do everything and I'm going to take this trip and buy this clothes and do all the things that I can't afford. Abundance is more about creating this space of trust and surrendering to the universe that they are going to take care of you. Here's a really good example of how a really tiny, small example of like something that clicked for me when I was learning about abundance mindset. I had gone to the store and bought some peaches. I had eaten 1 or 2 of them. There's maybe 1 or 2 peaches left on my counter. And on the daily, I'd walk by and I'd say, there must have been only 1 left. Oh, I want a peach. Oh, but there's only 1 left. I should save it. Next day, oh, I really want a peach. Oh, but there's only 1 left. There's only 1 peach left. I got to save that peach. Okay, so days go by doing this, and then of course, what does a peach do? It rots. It sits on the counter and it rots. It never got eaten. And I remember thinking, wow, what a waste of a peach. I wanted that peach like several times and I didn't eat it. And I think that was a scarcity mindset. A scarcity mindset meaning there's not enough peaches out here and I can't get any more peaches, so I better save all my peaches. Where abundance mindset might be, I can get more peaches and I should be able to eat this peach now that I want the peach. A greedy mindset is eating 5 peaches in a day, going back to the store and buying 5 more. So it's really striking this balance between greed as on one side, scarcity is on the other, finding this balance right in the middle, abundance. I trust the universe will give me as many peaches as I need today, which might only be 1. It's not 4 or 5. I'm allowed to have the peach that's sitting on my counter because I will have more peaches when I want them next. And I know peaches is a very silly example, but I remember this moment for me when the peach rotted that I thought so funny because I wanted peaches several times and I never got to eat the peach. It rotted. So striking this balance between greed and scarcity and calling it abundance. And I think abundance right now is really wrapped up in like the millionaire mindset. Like I'm gonna spend like I have this much money because I I can, or I want to, and I deserve it, and I'm worthy. Yes, you are. You are worthy of all of those things, but you create a lot of financial stress, and you create this house of cards, this fakeness you're living in when you are living outside your means. Which brings me to my next tip. But before I wrap up on that, I think abundance mindset is really good practice in affirmations, visualization techniques, meditations, things in your subconscious. If you grew up in any type of way of money, whether rich or poor, we all have these like wirings about money. You know, like some people are really fast eaters because they grew up in a house with 5 kids, and if they didn't eat all their food quick, then they might not go with any food. So they still eat very fast as adults, even when there's no one there to steal any of their food. Same goes for money. There's a lot of things that we were taught in our subconscious about how money comes to us, how money acts in our life, what tool it provides. So really shifting your mind away from all of that. And that is done on a subconscious level. So that's done best through hypnosis, meditation, affirmations, journaling. And it might sound like a lie at first when you really don't believe that money comes to me easily. The universe provides everything I need, and you really might not feel that now, but just say it until you believe it. And if you continue to practice these affirmations for a whole year, come back to me in 1 year, and you'll feel the shift in your brain. The universe will start treating you as, you know, as your true thought. So if you're constantly saying, I can't afford it, then guess what? You can't afford it. The universe knows that about you now. If you're saying, I am going to live outside my means and I'm going to eat 4 peaches today, the universe is constantly thinking you don't have enough and you need to live outside of what it's giving you. If you live right in your means, you live in this abundance mindset, you're telling the universe, I have what I need. Thank you so much for providing everything I need. I trust that you'll continue to provide everything I need. And that is the abundance mindset. Look it up on YouTube, read a book about it. There's a lot of books out there on it. That is number 1, changing your mindset. And once you have your mindset changed, a lot of these other things kind of come easier to you. So for me, the very first one is living below your means, which some people might think it's contradictory to say live an abundance mindset, but then also live below your means. But really what that is say you make $4,000 a month, whatever it is. You're spending $4,001 every month. You're living in this vibration, telling the universe, I don't have enough. You're not providing me enough, and I have to borrow. I have to pay someone else money to borrow because you, universe, are not providing me enough. When you live below your means, not only does it give you financial security, peace, wisdom, discipline, but you're sending the universe constantly that I have plenty. I have so much actually that I'm going to save. I have so much actually that I don't even need to spend all of it. And that's not always 100% true. And I know living below your means can be tough. If you make $4,000 a month and you're spending $3,500, it's entering into this vibration of, I have plenty. Thank you, universe. I trust you. And that's where you want to end up. You don't want to be constantly in this state of, I need more, I don't have enough, because that you will always be in that state. You will always never have enough. You will always have to live outside your means. So even when you're a millionaire, billionaire, whatever you end up as, you live below your means. Whether you make $2,000 a month or whether you make $200,000 a month, you live below your means. To stay in the vibration, to tell the universe, we have enough. Thank you so much for providing everything I need. I trust you. And once you start doing that, the peace that you feel from your finances every month, that you know you're not stretching yourself when you're getting your hair done, and you know you can't afford it or whatever it is, and you're making these mistakes, that rumbling, that feeling of, lack of peace in your body is resonating throughout the whole universe. And it's telling the universe that I have no peace with money. And that's that's the vibration you'll stay no matter how much money you make. You can up your income, double it. You'll still find ways to spend your money outside of your means because that is who you are. Change it now. Write out a budget and stick to it. There is no more funny business about, well, this month, or I really need to do this, or I have to go on this vacation, or I really need these new outfits. No, you don't. You just don't. And you're sending all the wrong information to everybody. One, you're faking it. You're on this trip, you can't afford it, and you're telling everybody by being on the trip that you can. You're lying, and you're telling the universe this. You're out there in the universe just lying, taking a trip that a millionaire takes that you can't afford, and you have no money in your bank account. Stick to your budget. It is it, and make it below your income. And if your income is not enough, find ways to make more money. That's it. It's simple. It's like this. People feel that they're entitled to things. That I'm going to go to Tokyo this summer, even though I'm working part-time and I have $50,000 of debt and I only have $2,000 in my bank account because I deserve it, because I'm living in abundance. You're living in absolute poverty by doing that. The universe does not recognize that as abundance at all. The universe sees your pain inside, the pain that you can't pay the bill. It reads that vibration way over your fancy trip to Tokyo. And these are all just examples, but sticking to your budget and living below your means tells the universe the right things. And once you start doing that, money starts coming easier because you live in this world of peace with your money. You vibrate in that peace vibration, a very high vibration, and you're there, and things are easier. The universe provides in outstanding ways. And on that same topic, my tip number 3 is get out of debt. What are people doing? Getting into debt so much. I know it's so easy, it's free, it's not, you only pay $3.50 a month, and it's so easy to have this. It's like you are a slave to the lender. The Bible says the borrower is a slave to the lender. Listen to Dave Ramsey right now if you have any debt. You will never have financial peace, ever. And you will not feel like a goddess. You can't walk on solid ground if you owe people money. And why you're getting into debt is because you're living outside your means. Again, telling the universe that you are not providing enough for me. I don't have enough. I'm poor. I'm going to take out a credit card so I can afford the things that I think I need. Living below your means, you will not need to go into debt. If you have debt now, forgive yourself, move on from it, and eat little to no food, no more hair, no more nails until you are out of debt. This is not a joke. I mean, you will never be rich if you are in debt. You will never have money. The longer you hold on to little bits of debt, big bits of debt, whatever it is, you will be broke. Bottom line, you are living outside your means, and the universe knows it. And the universe knows that you don't have enough, and you will live in that vibration forever. Get out of debt. Try the debt snowball with Dave Ramsey and do it now. Because if you're in debt, you can't do number 4, which is the most important one. Well, maybe not the most important, but one of the most important. Tip number 4, start investing. You must invest. Why did the rich get richer? And that's the only reason is because they have money that's making them money. Money makes you money. You need money to make money. You have to invest, and it doesn't have to be tricky, fancy stuff. You don't need to do Bitcoin or, the latest AI world, whatever people are investing in. There's so many funky things. Just keep it in the stock market, a mutual fund that slightly outperforms the S&P or just keeps right at the S&P. The stock market has been around for 100 years and has consistently done between 9 and 11%. There are years where it goes down. There are many years where it goes down, but it always comes back up. Check out 2008, for example. A lot of people were like, oh my gosh, the market's down. Totally was. And then they sold. If they would have just kept it in the market, they would be more than fine right now. The market has made a huge comeback. So always keep it in the market. Always put some monthly money away into your 401k, into mutual funds outside of your retirement. You must invest. That could be investing in yourself in education to get a higher income. That could be investing in a person to help you with your business you're trying to start. Investments are all different kinds of things, but if you're investing in the market, that's a surefire way to be wealthy. And you have to do it. But you can't do it if you're living outside your means and you're just spending on going out to eat and you're in debt and you're taking trips you can't afford. You will never, never, never be wealthy doing these things. So as you can see, being wealthy takes a lot of sacrifice. But as you start taking these steps, you realize like it's actually not sacrifice, and everyone who's living outside their means is actually sacrificing so much. I've had a lot of experience with different money situations. I've been so poor. I've actually been homeless before. I've experienced getting money, losing money, and now I'm in a very peaceful place with my money. I have plenty. I save, I give, I invest, and I don't have debt. And it's not because anyone gave it to me or anything like that. I just worked hard at it. And there were times that I got a second job when I said no to going out to things and, watching my language. Instead of saying, I can't afford that thing, you say, I'm choosing not to spend my money on that right now. So there's a lot to be learned there. And I feel like in 5 years I will be a millionaire, or even sooner, who knows what is going to happen, but it's so simple once you figure it out. And you can just see your behavior and how gluttonous everybody is, spending like they are rich, and they're not, and they never will be. So really don't think of it as a sacrifice that you can't go out to dinner. Like, think of it as they're sacrificing their money instead of investing it, and and they're sacrificing their peace. They're sacrificing their good sleep tonight because they're going to be like laying up awake like, oh my gosh, how am I going to afford rent next month? So there's sacrifices on each side, and it's not all that bad. Which leads me to my fifth and final tip on how to build wealth and master your money is give. You must give money away. You can't give money away if you're living outside your means and you think money will never come back to you. And you can't give if you're in debt, and you can't give if you're not investing and saving. So if you do all those 4 things mentioned before, you'll be able to give a lot easier. And this is important because it shows the universe I'm willing to do good with the money you provide. If you give me excess, I will do well with it. I will do good for the universe. You really start resonating in this high vibration of finances. You're saving, you're living below your means, you're getting more money because you're in that financial peace vibration, and you're able to give money away. Set a percentage of every dollar you get that you put away, and you save it up for a couple months, and you make a nice chunky donation to an organization of your choice. We just recently made donations to our neighbor who runs a few organizations, and it was like such a good feeling. And since then, that was just a few weeks ago, like already you can tell the difference of the vibration and finances that we're in, as far as the gigs my husband is getting and the money that's coming in that way. My company's stock, like just things like that you're not expecting or budgeting for, you can already feel that vibration change. And everything is out there. Everything you want and dream of is out there. I'm not saying I'm going to be Steve Jobs or Jeff Bezos rich, but I will be a millionaire, and it's out there. It's not that hard to achieve. It just takes a few simple sacrifices, a change of mindset, and I think most importantly, that trust and the vulnerability and the surrendering to the universe and having inspired action. If you meditate on these things, you action on these things, if you meditate on these things, you speak on these things, you'll be inspired to take certain action, whether that's selling a handbag you didn't really want, or getting another job, or, saying no to things that you don't want to spend money on right now. It's really going to start coming to you really easily once you get in that vibration. It's hard to get into that vibration, but once you're in it, everything comes a lot easier. Money comes, giving comes, things just work out. You feel peace. You feel it in your heart and your soul. You feel the peace. And that's why I like to frame it in a goddess mindset, because I vision a goddess who has a lot of peace. Someone who isn't grasping, isn't needing of anything, very, very surrendered. And that's how I envision myself, and that's how I want to be with money. Very surrendered and not worrying about it. But you have got to take inspired action to not worry about your money. It's such a blessing. It doesn't even take that long. You can do it. Follow these few tips. Listen to Dave Ramsey if you have debt, and just start reframing your mind. I really hope this works for you guys. I want everyone to be living in financial peace. It is just an amazing way to live. Let me know in the comments if there's any other tips that I'm missing, or something that's worked for you. Would love to hear it, and I hope this helps somebody out there. Let me know.